welcome back to this channel. So in the last class we discussed numbers, and we said that we have different types of numbers. We have natural numbers, which is known as the counting numbers. That is the number you have been taught with when you were in primary or nursery class. You start from 1, 2 and so on. So if you want to define whole number, that means you are starting your number from 0, 1, 2 and so on. So we have rational numbers. These are the numbers that can be expressed in fraction form. We have irrational numbers. These are the numbers that cannot be expressed in rational forms. That is, they have their decimal form that are neither terminating nor repeating. So we have real numbers. So real numbers comprises of natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and so on. So today we want to understand what we mean by complex numbers. Being called complex numbers doesn't mean that the numbers are complicated, but it has meaning why mathematicians call it complex numbers. When you are dealing with square root of any expression and you come about the square root of negative number, if you press it in your calculator or in your any machine, you say that it will tell you math error or invalid. The reason for that is because of that minus there. What I'm trying to say is that if we have square root of minus 5, let's say we have square root of minus 5. If you press it in the calculator, there's no solution for it. So, and according to law of surd, you can simplify this one into square root of minus 1 multiplied by 5. So, which is the same thing as square root of minus 1 multiplied by square root of 5. So this square root of minus 1, mathematicians now come about and say that instead of this one to make our work to be wasted, so let's just assume it to be called an imaginary number. Imaginary number. And this imaginary number is small letter I. So whenever you see negative of minus 1, it is called imaginary number, which is represented by small letter I. So to express square root of minus 5, then we said we have square root of minus 1 multiplied by square root of 5. So we can now say that whenever you see square root of minus 1, you put small letter I there, then multiply by 5. So square root of minus 5 is now square root of 5i. So if you come about it in your quadratic equation or anywhere, so whenever you see the square root of negative expression, so you just put the square root of that expression, then multiply by I. For example, again, if you have square root of minus 25, so you just say square root of minus 1 multiplied by square root of 25. So the answer is what? 5i. So that is how to go about imaginary number. Now back to complex number. Complex number is now the addition of real number and imaginary number. So we represent it by small letter z is equal to x plus I, y, where x is the real number and this I makes this y also to be called imaginary number. So you can represent this one as a real of z and this one I m of z. So that is that about complex number. So in the next class, we are going to solve more examples on complex number. Thank you. Bye-bye.